Chainsaw Man is an anime I instantly fell in love with, and I think if other people fell in love with it like I did, there was one main factor, and that was Denji, bro. Denji is easily top 2, dare I say, most enjoyable and funniest MCs in anime, bro.
You are nice, cause when I fight a dude, it's nuts or nothing! A testicle devil appeared and went apeshit on his nutsack, ma'am.
And I think when people look at these aspects of Denji, they overlook his simple but great writing and progression. In this video, we'll go over some points regarding Denji, including the simplistic but great writing behind his character, his true goal and ambition, which is more so speculation and psychological analysis, but still, and his journey with different characters throughout the story. Denji is a character that slowly crept into my top 10 favorite MCs in anime, and he's sort of an outlier on my list, with it having the likes of Ken Karnaki, Eren Yeager and Light Yagami, who are quite serious characters, and then we have Denji. It wasn't Denji's overwhelming complexity that made me like him so much, but instead his simplicity and enjoyability. Denji is such a breath of fresh air in a medium where main characters and their goals are always quite grandiose. Someone to be gods, pirate kings, Hokages, etc. But Denji wants something so simple and relatable. Denji's character is actually quite well written, and I think is actually overlooked because he isn't one of your typical overly deep characters. Denji is a character that is forever developing with the story, simply because he hadn't developed his whole childhood. Development is mainly gained from experiencing new things, which Denji just couldn't do since he was always occupied with paying off the debt he owed. And then one fateful day he got the opportunity to experience the real world. All thanks to this woman. I don't want to be one of those overly analytical buffoons, but this is shown almost straight away when Denji asks Makima to hug him, and she does, and the Chainsaw Man form slowly melts off Denji, and the new Denji emerges like a chicken from an egg or a butterfly from a cocoon. And then his dream life begins, having sandwiches with jam for breakfast just like he desired. Denji is soon after integrated to the Devil Hunter's ranks and is met by Aki, who isn't fond of Denji for one main reason: his lack of reasoning and seriousness for being a Devil Hunter. Which I think is actually 2 reasons, which actually got Denji thinking, what's his goal and motivation? And then that leads him to the conclusion of Muneda!
Muneda?
This is a moment for me where I was like, okay, this just might be my guy, bro, because I can relate to that. When people say Ichigo's relatable, bro, I can relate to this, okay? After setting his goal for boobs, he quickly finds a way to reach this goal by saving Power's cat, of which he succeeds, and the momentous moment comes and Denji is completely disappointed. This is the first time Denji faces true disappointment. Then it begins to make him think that every time he wants to reach a goal, he'll be much happier chasing said goal opposed to reaching it, of which Miss Makima assures him against and told Denji a bunch of sexual shit my mom would not want to hear me say. Fast forward a couple of drinks and a couple of episodes, and our boy Denji is there, ready to do the deed, bro. And he in fact declines. And we all know if this was start of series Denji, he's taking that at the snap of a finger, bro. And to be honest, none of us are saying no to him and her either, even if she vomited in our mouths. And this is even crazier because at the start of the series, Denji even told himself it would be an impossibility for him to sleep with a girl, which is why he settled for grabbing boobs. And this is a great example of Denji slowly learning and progressing throughout his life. We're entering spoiler territory for the manga, so if you don't want spoilers, goodbye. If you read it, stay. If you do want spoilers but you haven't read it, stay as well, I guess. Soon after a lot of events, Denji's life hits all its highest. He went on a date with Makima, he's getting along with Power and Aki, and actually has people he can call his friends for the first time in his life. And then he meets a girl, Reze, I don't know how to pronounce it, I'm just gonna call her the girl. And now I find the exchange between the two of them so interesting because I enjoyed them as a couple up until I didn't. And one interesting thing Denji said to the girl when she revealed her true colors is, every woman I meet tries to murder me. Everybody is after my chainsaw heart. What about my heart? Denji's, does nobody want that? And this has been shown with a lot of Denji's relationships, with people actually wanting what comes with Denji, aka the Chainsaw Devil, instead of Denji himself. There are a select few who liked Denji for Denji, and they slowly died out, starting with Himeno, then Aki, then Power, and then no one. Everybody who actually cared about Denji died, and he notices this. And all of this is largely shown with how he defeats Makima in the end. He makes the assumption that Makima never actually cared about him and instead the Chainsaw Devil, and never actually noticed Denji and picked up the scent of the Chainsaw Devil instead of him, which led to quite the bittersweet victory, seeing as Makima was the woman he wanted. This leaves Denji in quite a frantic state, but it leads him into two epiphanies. After defeating Makima, Denji truly has nothing left in life in his eyes, but he sees people love Chainsaw Man when he's watching the TV. This inspires a thought within Denji. He will use what gained him attention from everybody in the first place and use it to gain what he truly wants: to be seen by others. Mainly girls, but to be seen by others nonetheless, okay? And this is as Denji, not Chainsaw Man. And that's why he declares he will be Chainsaw Man. Or should I say, he will be Chainsaw Man. If you get the bar, you get the bar. This is why I think Asa and Denji are so well suited, because she's not even slightly aware that Denji's Chainsaw Man and likes him still nonetheless. Which is what Denji has wanted all this time, someone who doesn't like him for Chainsaw Man, but himself. He then continues to fight devils as Chainsaw Man and is trying desperately for people to know he is Chainsaw Man, of which this is being averted by some mysterious guy, but we'll see where that ends up. And the second epiphany I was referring to earlier was Denji realized he never made choices by himself, and in fact the Yakuza guy said Denji's best trait is his obedience. Throughout his life he's always being controlled and listens to others, from Makima to the Yakuza. Now he is free, and after his whole ordeal with Makima, Denji decided he will be the one to make his own choices. Fast forward, he does this to a degree, with a great example of this being when he's on his date with Asa, once again I'm just gonna call her the girl because bro, I don't know Japanese, when she in fact tries to order Denji around and he says, I've started making decisions of my own. Once again this shows Denji's simple progression as a character, but progression nonetheless. And that's pretty much where Chainsaw Man has left us, but I love Denji's forever evolving character and I can't wait to see what happens next. Subscribe for more, blah blah blah, peace.